Man, Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. We had some unusual activity today. Eddie Hearn is proving why he's probably one of the marquee innovator promoters of today. He's been on IG Live with a lot of his fighters over the last, couple weeks since we've been shut down by COVID-19, the coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. And two guys he got on there today with was Demetrius, Andrade, and Danny Jacobs, two East Coast guys. So even when other promoters ain't promoting, Eddie Hearn is finding a way to promote and engage with the audience, with his fighters. And we had two things happen, right? We'll talk about this on the latter half. Demetrius, Andrade once again pulls Jermall Charlo's whole card. But the more fascinating story is what I want to talk about first. Is Danny Jacobs saying that Benavidez is the strongest. But first he did say he really didn't know, but saying Caleb Plant was the weakest at 168. And Danny Jacobs says basically he's staying at 168 and he ain't coming back down to 160. So let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate everybody for showing love. Best way to show love is share the video. We want to continue to show love. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links are in the description. Check out our Facebook group too. That link's in the description. Want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal in the description as well too. But Danny Jacobs, Eddie Hearn basically said that Danny Jacobs had some problems making weight versus Canelo, and he was drained, and he made Danny Jacobs talk about that, and Danny Jacobs talked about being drained and saying he should have been moved up to 160 a long time ago. He more comfortable there. I didn't watch this fight versus Chavez. I'm not watching no more pointless garbage fights. He did win, and apparently they threw beers and stuff after the fight because Chavez quit. So, that is what it is on that point. But, going to 68, he was asked to name the guys, and it's really tough to name who the best. But in my opinion, I think what Danny Jacobs is doing is setting himself up with a fight with Caleb Plant on PBC. I think Danny Jacobs got one more fight left with Eddie Hearn, and I think he's going to go back on PBC because PBC has the majority of the belts. He won't get a rematch at Canelo. I think we all assume Canelo will beat Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO belt. Heard some talks about stripping Billy Joe. And then he probably go down to 160, fight Golovkin, and then that is what it is. So if he don't fight Callum Smith now with Danny Jacobs, I think he said he's going to fight Gabriel Rosado, and I think he might go over to PBC because the grass is greener. They got the WBC and the IBF. But he said that Caleb Plant is the most beatable fighter there, and I disagree. It's obviously Callum Smith. Callum Smith lost to a dude named John Ryder, and I ain't talking Knight Rider, right? So, I think he called this shot. I think he letting you guys know after he fight Gabriel Rosado. I think that's who he admitted that he going to fight next. I don't understand that fight. Who gives a hell about Danny Jacobs and Gabriel Rosado? Rosado been beat up by everybody you can name. Jermall Charlo. He had a good fight with Peter Quillen, which he should have became world champion. They robbed him. Been beat up by Golovkin. Been beat up by David Lemieux. Tough kid, but, I just don't understand why he don't, go into training or do something else. He be getting the stuff and beat out of him. He going to end up not in good shape. I think he need to stop while he ahead. Not just my personal opinion, but hey, if he fight like Gabriel Rosado, he a tough fighter. But I just think being a latecomer to the sport, he proved a lot. Guys that come to the sport late, and you're on the world championship level, people don't understand how great of an accomplishment that is just to get on TV, man. I mean, Gabriel Rosado, if he had a full amateur background and he started boxing when he was 10, 11, 12 years old, he may be one of the best fighters in the sport, pound for pound. But at the end of the day, that fight does nothing for me. They can be the co-main event or on the undercard or something. I don't care about the fight. It tells me nothing new. I don't care about their rivalry. I don't care if they fight in Brooklyn. Danny Jacobs don't even sell in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Unless they telling me they gonna do Danny Jacobs and Andrade, then I'm all for it. But they refuse to fight each other because, they cool. But him saying that Caleb Plant is the weakest champion there, Callum Smith is. That's not even debatable now. A guy that lost to John Ryder, who lost his last fight. You know what I'm saying? A guy who virtually beat nobody. He beat a broken down George Groves. So that's Danny Jacobs' opinion. Caleb Plant did snap back and say, if I'm, he said that, he's like, well, Danny Jacobs said I'm beatable, he beatable. And how many times he been beat? So it's a fight. I kind of like that fight to happen for Danny Jacobs. You know, that's a good fight. I just never been high on Danny Jacobs as a boxer. You know, he just don't have no skills to me, man. You know, he a hell of an athlete. Feet ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Looping with his shots. Jab ain't that straight, but he an athlete. I think his claim to fame was, you know, almost beating Golovkin. I was there that night. I felt that he got the dub. And I agree with the decision that you know, Chocolito lost to Sarah Rivestein that night. But, you know, Plant should dust Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? He got just too much slickness, too much movement, too much rhythm. You know, he really a natural 60-pounder. But, you know, Danny Jacobs, I don't see who he can beat. If he can't beat Callum Smith, I don't see him beat Benavidez. You know, I don't see him beat Caleb Plant. But one thing I hate is when a guy come out here and, you know, he should have, you know, politically correct if he wanted to kind of stay out the way. He said they are pretty good. You know, it's hard to tell, you know, until they start fighting each other. You know, I think Whoop-de-Whoop is the best, but I don't know. I think Benavidez is the best, but I don't know right now. Anything can happen. Move on. But when you come out there and say, oh, Plant's the weakest out of the champions, then you challenge him to fight. So don't come out here and say, well, I want to fight Gabriel Rosado. I want to get one more tune-up fight at 68 and then I'll be ready. Well, hey, don't call my name. I hate when fighters do that. You only really get that in this generation. Well, I'm going to fight Whoop-de-Whoop, and I'm going to fight him. Then I think about fighting him. No, nigga, you didn't call me out. You didn't really pull my whole card like I'm some type of, like I got a skirt on or something. You done told the world I'm the weakest 168-pounder. No, we got to fight now. You know what I'm saying? Now, nobody want to see no Rosado fight. I think everybody would agree with me listening to this. Would you rather see Rosado or you see Caleb Plant? I think we already rather see Danny Jacobs and Caleb Plant. So you wrote that check. You know, now your ass got to cash it. And there's no doubt in my mind, Caleb Plant shouldn't even lose a round to this guy. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of fighter he is. Too slick, too much power, too much speed. You know, Danny Jacobs just not on that level. But it'd be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a good fight. Caleb Plant should get the stoppage in this situation. Danny Jacobs ain't what he used to be, bro. He really wasn't nothing to me. Good fighter, great story, but he ain't really never impressed me. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got dropped by Sergio Mora for people saying, Plant can't do it. Come on. So he just never really impressed me. And I don't know, people might say I'm tripping. You know, I like him as a person, seen him fight as a person, but I never thought he was a lead fighter. I thought Jermall can put him on ice. I thought Jermall could beat him. I still think Jermall could beat him, but people might say I'm a little bit loopy. I'm a little bit crazy, but I just don't see it. You know, people on the channel will say, oh, Carlos Adames is so good, man. Or Alexander Goldsvik is so good. I ain't see it. What Warren G and Nate Dogg say? You don't see what I see. That's Warren. I don't see it. And I told y'all, when I don't see it, I don't see it. I don't see it. You know, Danny Jacobs, right? But, you know, I want to see that fight. Al need to make that fight. Danny Jacobs, let him fight Rosado next. You know what I'm saying? His contract will be up with the DAZN. Come over to PBC. Get you a title shot. And we can see what happens. Because I'm glad that Caleb Plant didn't fight Angulo or Peter Quillen. I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, but when they talk about the best 68-pounders, before we move on to talk about Demetrius and Charlo, like, it's hard to tell, you know. People just anointing David Benavidez. There's no knock on David Benavidez, but it just shows you, dog. I don't listen to nobody but my opinion. You know, when I make my final opinion, if I, want to bet my pesos or my solar chips or my blue faces, on the fighter, it's gonna be on my own merit. I don't listen to what dudes say. Real talk, I don't. David Benavidez struggled with Ronald Garville, bro. He got dropped, and on my scorecard, he lost that fight. You know, they want you to believe, man. I don't believe. I believe my eyes see. Other than that, he ain't fight no real threat other than that, brother. And in the second fight, he hired Alex Ariza, and then he had an adverse drug test for cocaine, man. And we know cocaine is used to mass drugs. Not saying that he's guilty. I'm just throwing out the information. I'm just speaking the facts. We know what they said about Alex Ariza and the whole Pacquiao situation. They said it when he was helping Floyd for a minute. So, I ain't really trying to hear it. You know, I think David Benavidez is a strong fighter. He a good fighter. His lifestyle out the ring, he blow up too high. Give me Caleb Plant as the best 68-pounder. Am I 100% concrete confident on that? No. But I think he'll beat David Benavidez's ass right now. The longer it go on, the longer they marinate. Benavidez is 22, 23 years old. He got a lot of time to polish his game. But the way he living, they say that he blowing up in between weight. He may not be at 68 pounds, so he may not have as much time as he have. And people talking about being disciplined outside the ring. A lot of guys haven't. And David Benavidez might fall into the James Toney category. You know what I'm saying? He might fall in a lot of dudes. Zab Judah. A lot of dudes that want taking care of their body outside the ring. That's the dude y'all need to pay attention to after this COVID shit over with. If he gonna be a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight, can he make 168? He used to be 300 and some pounds as a teenager. Him and his brother lifestyle outside the ring ain't too good. Give me Caleb Plant. Clean lifestyle, real boxing skills, good power. And I think he getting stronger as a super middleweight. He definitely knocked Danny Jacobs' dick in the dirt, man. I'm just calling it how I see it. But Eddie Hearn also hopped on with Demetrius Andrade. And he called out, Charlo again. You know what I'm saying? He said that he ain't scared to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose. He said ain't no problem if you lose to another top fighter. You still can go on to win. And he said he want that fight. That he turned down $7 million. And, he keep going on and on about the fight. He don't have nobody to fight. Charlo looking to fight probably Chris Eubanks and Derevchenko in his next couple fights. I don't really care to see neither one of them over Demetrius Andrade. Why not make the fight happen? But this in this boxing era, this the only era where the guy that want to fight the best get clowned because he not popular. But you can't blame the fanboys. You can't blame these new age boxing fans because fighters getting paid based off popularity and not wins and losses and not skills, not championships. You got champions making less than the challenger because it's a popularity contest. So it's only right that when you talking about ducking and you talking about fighting the best, it's only right that it goes into a popularity contest. And they trying not to talk about Demetrius putting his neck on Charlo, putting his foot on Charlo's neck, and they trying to still make Charlo look good. Charlo going on the gram or wherever he going at saying, "Oh, look at my house." Man, nigga, we don't care about your house. We don't care about your brother. We don't care about your ring. We don't care about your jewelry. We don't care about your dogs, your Maybach, whatever you got. Boxing fans, real fans don't care. We care about that jab. We care about that good jab you got, that power, that athleticism. We care about when you get into that square circle when you perform. That's it. And I think he can beat Demetrius Andrade. And Andrade said every fight is a 50-50 fight. Anybody can be beat. So why not go ahead and take out the trash and beat Demetrius Andrade? It ain't like you don't get nothing for beating him. You get a hell of a payday and you get another belt. Now you talking some Hall of Fame shit. Now you talking about something that don't happen every day. You don't see two fighters rub belts together every day. You got guys that been boxing for 5, 7, 8 years, 10 years that never unified belts. In history, I don't think Larry Holmes ever unified a belt. So that's very prestigious to do, to unify the WBC and the WBO. The WBC and the WBO belt. But he quiet, and his little minions gonna do they gonna do their little patrol. They gonna do their little groundwork and make Demetrius Andrade look bad. You listen to a fake boxing channel, right? You listen to somebody that don't know nothing about boxing, don't care about boxing. All they care is about the money. When they sit here and they try to discourage, or they try to emasculate, or they try to clown somebody for calling out the best, and he a champion. Let that marinate. Let that serenade, man. Let it marinate like Nick Moan juice. You clowning the dude that want to unify, and you protecting the dude that's ducking and don't want to unify. Come on. Oh well, Canelo need to fight him, and Triple G need to fight him, or this guy need to fight him. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, bro. What about you and me, toe to toe, like Snoop Dogg say? But this is the day and age we living in. He gonna get a pass, and they gonna tell you how great he is, and I respect if he ain't ready, he ain't ready. We can move on from it. If you're ready, you're ready. If you're not, you're not. But don't sit here and keep running your mouth talking about, I'm like Crawford, I'm being ducked. Nah, bro, you ain't nothing like Crawford. You more like Errol the Duck, weight bully Spence. You know what I'm saying? My casual boxing talk voice, man. Shout out to my brother Casual Boxing Talk, man. He was one of the very few motherfuckers that helped me get my channel back, bro. And that's crazy, man. So always got respect for people that help out, man. So salute to him. Y'all go subscribe to him. But like I said, man, Jermall more like Errol than Terrence. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I linked those interviews from Fight Hype in the description. They did on Instagram under source link. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email, or you can just reach me on social media now. If you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my links in the description. Want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal there. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos, man. And I'm working on dropping my first podcast episode tonight or tomorrow. It's going to be on rap, so pay attention to that, man. I think me and Kofi Universe going to connect on something very, very soon. One time for the one time.